Hi guys, let's do our makeup today. So I wanted to do a in-depth makeup tutorial because makeup is what I do best and I do want to get into making YouTube, and I just thought that starting off with makeup would be like a really good start for me. I am going to do a in-depth makeup tutorial, so in case you don't know how to do a lot of things, I am going to show you today in this video. First than anything, I shave my face because that helps my base be like really smooth and just like buttery looking. The first thing that I do is my eyebrows, and I use this hair gel. It is green, but I promise you that your eyebrows are not going to look green. Well, actually it's yellow, so. And then I use a spoolie. This is all filled out with my hair gel, so it kind of looks a little bit gross. But this one is from Anastasia, I think. I think the letters are just like blurred out. What I do is I grab first a little bit, take off like excess of it. And then I just grab from this part of my eyebrow down and I just brush them. That's all I do, and I like doing this with hair gel because it's really strong since my eyebrows are really thick. They might not look like that on camera, but I promise they're super thick and it actually pains me to like thin them out. I've actually had such a journey with my eyebrows. I've been through the whole pomade phase, I've been through the bushy brow phase, super thin eyebrows. I've been through it all, and I think I finally found like something that I really like doing with my eyebrows, and it's just doing gel on them because I realized how dark they really are and I don't really need to like put pomade on them. That is how your eyebrow is gonna look. Depending on what shape you want, you can kind of shape them however you want when you use hair gel. Now they look somewhat similar. Always remember, your eyebrows are not gonna be twins. They might be sisters, sometimes they might be like cousins, and sometimes they might just be neighbors, but that's fine as long as you kind of get whatever this is going on. Okay, I'm happy with the results. Now let's do the next step. I'm gonna do my skin prep first. It's super important to do a good skin prep before your makeup. That's what's gonna get your base to stay on and to not slip off or for it not to look cakey. I've used this moisturizer forever and I don't think I'm ever gonna change it. It's just giving me like really good hydration in my face, and it helps me so much with pimples, and it actually helps me so much as a base primer. That just feels so nice. Okay, now that you have your face all hydrated and it's looking really nice, really fresh, I'm gonna grab the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. This is just like extra hydration. First thing I'm gonna do, and it's the most important step, is my eyebrows, and it's carving them out. When people look at you, I think it's the first thing that they see is like the eye area. You're gonna grab a brush that's angled like this. This one is for Morphe. I just don't know what number this is because I've had this for years now. As you can see, it's like peeling off the paint. I'm gonna use this Makeup by Mario concealer. I really like this concealer. I think it's one of the best concealers I've tried. And this one is in the shade 220. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your applicator of the concealer and apply it both sides of your Morphe brush. Should be like that. But what I do is I start right here, start right there, and I carve out the tail of my eyebrow first. Okay, I'm telling you guys, it's an important part. I don't just go from here and drag it, I go step by step. My dad is watching the Broncos game tonight, so don't be surprised if you hear screaming. I hate when this happens. That is so annoying. I'm running out of concealer. Oh my gosh, I need to go buy more. Now they look somewhat alike. Like I said, they might be neighbors. Now, you're going to blend out your eyebrows, and then I'm going to use this Morphe M174 brush. It should be like this. It has orange on it because I did an orange look. So I start by blending out the top first. To blend with brushes, you want to tap, but blend upwards. So tap upwards. You blended the top first. Now you want to have this ready because you're going to do the bottom, and the bottom is where it's starting to get serious. You're going to grab your concealer, grab the applicator it comes with, and outline what you just did of your bottom brow. You're kind of just adding more than the line that you did. Now, you're going to have this ready. I use the Laura Mercier powder, and then I'm just going to sprinkle the powder on my cap. I have these two ready. This one is a beauty blender from The Beauty Blender, and this one is a beauty blender from Real Techniques. It has, you know, this, and then it has this situation. This one is just a regular beauty blender. You're gonna grab the regular beauty blender, raise your eyebrows, and blend it all. I do this part because I have really hooded eyes. This helps me not have that line crease right there. A little bit of powder on this one, and I tap it on my eyelid. I have always done this, and it has always helped me so much with my makeup. I remember I went to Disneyland and Universal Studios and all those places, and I never got a crease on my eye. I can promise you guys this, if you guys do what I'm doing right now, you'll never get a crease in your eye. Okay, now you're done, and I massage my eyebrows so they can go back to place. They're back to place. The next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and start with eyeshadow immediately. I'm using a brush that looks like this, Mange blending brush number 7. I don't know where I got this from, but that's what the brand is called. Be ready to have your good laugh. This is the palette that I used for eyeshadow. It's not an eyeshadow palette, it's a bronzing palette. It's from Essence, and it's called Sun Club Matte Bronzing Palette, I think, because I covered it with foundation. She's been through it all. Yeah, she's been through everything. The mirror's gone. I don't know where the mirror is. And I mean, you can kind of tell which two I use the most and which two I'm going to tell you to use today. You're going to grab these two, get a blend of both, and start doing circular motions around your eye. And then we can move on to the real makeup part now. I have so many foundations that I use all the time, so I'm just going to show you guys which ones I would probably use. 9 times out of 10, I'm using all of these. The only time I will not be using all of these is when I'm wearing none, because I wear makeup all the time. So let me show you guys my favorite foundations. Probably the foundations you'll see me wearing most of the time, but I don't know which one I'm going to choose for today. This one is one of my favorite foundations. I found this one on my trip to California because my mom sneaked it into my bag, and I ran out of foundation while I was on my trip, and I had this one and I fell in love with it. This one is in the shade 1Y08. The other foundation I really like is this new Easy Blur from Huda Beauty. This one has 1.5% niacinamide, which is amazing in a foundation. It's amazing for your skin. I recommend it. And this applicator is super cute. It's a little squeezy tube. This one is in the shade Apple Pie. Hourglass. Let me just say, Hourglass has been one of my favorite brands for a really long time. This one is the Soft Glow Foundation. This one is in the shade number 7. This one is the Hourglass Stick Foundation. I like this a lot because it's super full coverage. When I have really bad pimples, I usually tend to get really bad pimples around here, or like redness. She's the gal. She helps it out. This one is in the shade Warm Ivory. This one is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I really like this because it is really matte and it doesn't allow oil to like escape my face. And then again, I have an obsession with these little squeezy tubes. It just makes life easier. Next is House Lab. House Labs is one of the best foundations I have probably tried like ever. And it took me a while to buy this because I think this was like $45. $45 that I didn't have at the time, but I still bought it. The applicator is a little bit of a problem for me. Still a gorgeous foundation. The packaging is super sleek. This one is in the shade 175 Light Neutral. This one is such a beautiful foundation. This one's from Laura Mercier. I got this because I saw it on TikTok and I thought I would be disappointed. I wasn't. Beautiful finish. This one is in the shade 2W2 Warm Linen. But today we're going to use my all-time favorite, which is Makeup Forever. Now, don't be scared of foundation. Don't do a little and then you're done. I sometimes even do 3. You're going to grab a brush that looks like this. This is a buffing brush. Well, it's what I call it. It's the Morphe M439. Just look at that. So I'm going to blend it out first with a brush, and then I'm going to go in with a beauty blender. Look at how stunning that finish is. I'm in love. I am gonna match it to my neck, don't worry. I do think this might be my winter shade. Am I getting tan? The next step is going to be contour, and this one is the one that I use, the Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick from Too Faced. This one is in the shade Chocolate Caramel. I really like this, and you have to notice this when you buy a contour / bronzing stick. If when you apply it on, your foundation comes off on it. This one doesn't look. the contour is still in shape and it's still there without dragging your foundation. Then I'm gonna grab this Morphe brush. Doesn't have a number, but it should look like that. And now to the forehead, I just do smaller lines and blend the same way. Now for nose contour, we're gonna go back to the eyeshadow brush and we're gonna go back to the Beat Up palette. I'm gonna use the same 2 shades because these 2 are just way too dark for my nose and I would just look like So pay attention, look directly into your mirror, okay? Look straight, because if you look down you're gonna get a different nose contour. If you look this way you're gonna get a different nose contour. Look straight. You're gonna do 2 lines starting from this point of your nose and you're gonna lightly go down. Okay, line 1 is done. Now you're gonna again look directly in and tap under your nose. And then this is important because this is gonna be the ball of your nose, the tip. And very lightly go like that. There's your tip. I really like that. Came out really good. Now with your foundation beauty blender, you're gonna drag off all the foundation you just applied until you essentially you have none left, because if not this might look like shit. You're gonna start here and lightly carve your nose out. Okay. The nose looks good. My ice cream is melting on the corner of my table and I need to eat it now. Now you're going to grab the Makeup by Mario concealer again, and then you're going to apply everywhere. This is going to be your base for your bright under eye. When you have your concealer, don't carve your nose out with the concealer. Your nose is fine. Don't touch the nose. You're going to just want to bring your concealer upward, and that's going to give you like a chiseled look. Now this is important. You're going to want to have your Laura Mercier powder ready, and you're going to want to have a powder puff ready as well. You can get these about anywhere for a really cheap price. I'm going to grab the Hourglass concealer in the shade Cotton, and we're going to look at that beautiful applicator, by the way. It's so petite, I love it. You're going to apply it to these spots, just there. Small little triangle. Nothing too crazy. You're gonna let it set for like 30 seconds max. Now you're going to blend it and just stay here. Don't drag it this way, just stay here. The only place where you want to bring it down to is down here to your nose. Essentially just want this part of your face to be the bright points. Now you have that bright under eye. Let's go in with the powder puff. Lightly tap it everywhere. Where you sweat more is where you want to put powder more. So I tend to sweat right here and under my nose. So that's where I'm going to powder on most. Now there is a trick that I didn't share with you guys, but I'm going to share with you guys now. If you want a super soft matte base, if that is what you go for, that's what I'm doing now. You don't want to use matte products. You want to use mostly like dewy, creamy products. Like the foundation I use is very liquidy. That helps me have a good matte base, because the powder is the only thing that's going to make your base look matte. And if you already have matte products on plus the powder, you're going to look really cakey, and that's not really good. Okay, now I'm going to also apply it down here. We're almost done. We have, I think, 3 more steps to go. It's time for blush, and we're going to use this Dior one. This one is in the shade 004 Coral. I grab this brush. This one is Morphe as well, but it doesn't say a number. I think this one's from the Face collection. It comes like in a bag. I'm gonna apply it to the high points of my face and not much on my cheek. This helps my face look even more chiseled. So I like to put it on my tip of my nose. I think it makes my nose contour look even better. And then I also like to put it on my chin. Now let's do a part that I think brings everything together, and that is eyelashes. So first I'm going to use this mascara. It doesn't really matter what mascara you use as long as it's waterproof, because you are going to put on some big lashes. I grab my finger and take some off from the tip so when I blink down, mascara doesn't transfer on the bottom. This is what you're going to want to do if you don't know how to put on eyelashes. What I do not recommend is to put it straight on the strip line. What I do recommend is to put it on your line right here and do a really light layer. That helps me put my eyelashes on with more precision, and it helps me get them as close as I can to my actual eyes. Now you let it dry. Once the eyelash glue is no longer blue and it's clear, that's when you want to put your eyelashes on. Okay, I'm going to use these eyelashes from Kiss. What you want to do is bend the band first, grab some tweezers, regular tweezers, and then just put it on top. Super simple, super quick. Now you have your eyelashes on. This is my favorite part of my makeup because I just feel so put together. Now it's time for our lips, and we're just going to use 2 products today, but I usually have all types of different lip combos, so if you ever see me with a lip combo that you want to see or that you want to know about, let me know and I'll tell you exactly what I'm using. I'm going to grab this lip liner from the brand Beauty Creations, and it's in the shade Cocoa and Me, and you're just going to outline your natural lip. Then I'm going to grab this NARS lip gloss in the shade Turkish Delight. This was such a beautiful color. It's super pink. First, I'm just going to apply a little bit there and blend it to the top. And then I'm going to put it everywhere on the lip. Okay. This is what we're looking like, and I think it's so pretty. The last step is setting spray. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray just to bring back hydration and glowiness back into your face. And that is it. This is the final makeup look, and I think it's so pretty. This is what I do almost every single day. I never get tired of doing the same routine. I always have so much fun. I always have a little cute show in the back, and this is what it looks like. Bye guys, I hope you guys liked this video and my little cute makeup tutorial. I will have more videos coming out soon, so make sure you subscribe and like and follow and share and everything else.